Alright, so today we will learn about second line defense. Okay, second line of defense. So when it will trigger second line of defense is when the first line of defense fail, and then it will trigger the second line of defense. So for this second line of defense is also non-specific. Okay, so let us see how actually we will trigger this second line of defense. So when we get infected or when we get sick, let's say we have this infected cell, this is infected cell. Okay, it will release chemicals, and these chemicals, it will attract what we call these phagocytes. So what is phagocytes? Phagocytes is actually a cell that can perform phagocytosis. Okay, phagocytosis, later on we will discuss what is phagocytosis. So we have two types of phagocytes. One is neutrophil. Another one is macrophage. Alright. So this phagocyte cell will be attracted by the chemicals that is released by your infected cell. So it will attract these phagocytes, and these phagocytes, once it senses, okay, there is infected cell in your body, okay, it will actually move to this infected cell, and then later on they will carry out what we call phagocytosis. So phagocytosis is basically, when we want to put in a simple term, we call it cell eating process. Okay, now let us look at how is your this phagocytosis occurs. Okay, so now this is your cell, your macrophage cells, or okay. So now let me draw first. This is your bacterium, and this is the host of this. We call it this is a phagocyte cell. Okay. Then this is lysozyme. And then this whole thing here, we call it phagolysome. It's a combination of this lysosome. It's a combination of phagocyte cell and also the lysozyme. Alright, and this is your digested product. Okay, so basically, okay, a few steps only here. Okay, so it starts with the first steps here. Okay, engulf. So your phagocyte will actually engulf this bacterium. So after it engulf, okay, this is the process. Okay, we call it injections. Okay, so the number 2 here, this is an injections process. Okay, so injections will form the phagosome later on. Okay, this one we call it phagosome. And on the next steps here, okay, on the next steps here, okay, including this, from this to this, we call it a digestion. Okay, so what happens in digestions is that digestions, okay, you can see here, we have this lysozyme. So this lysozyme will actually, okay, release, okay, it will release lysosome. So lysosome contain this hydrolytic acid, okay, which will is a hydrolytic cell which will digest the phagosome here, okay. And then after the digestions, okay, now come to the steps, we call it excretions. Okay, and the phagocyte will release the digested products from the cell. So let us look at the summary again, the phagocytosis process. So it starts with the, engulf. You must engulf the bacteria first, then ingest. Then after ingest, then digest. Okay, so after digest, excrete. Okay, so that's basically how is the phagocytosis process. Okay, so class, that's all for second line of defense, the phagocytosis process, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.